evening, everyone. Welcome you to the May meeting of the Montgomery County Legislature. Roll call.
Chair Sweet.
Here.
Legislator Kelly. Legislator Allen.
Here.
Legislator Headwell.
Present.
Legislator Wilson.
Present.
Legislator Majewski.
Here.
Legislator Pep.
Present.
Legislator Kowalczyk.
Here.
All right, please raise the salute flag. Legislator Majewski, could you lead it, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence as we recognize those who passed since our last meeting. Richard D. Nearbin of Fort Plain passed away on April 23rd. He joined the U.S. Air Force and served our country from 1954 until he was honorably discharged as Staff Sergeant in 1958. Mr. Leroy Kip Nellis of St. Johnsville passed away on April 27th. He served in the U.S. Army from 1963 to 1967. Charles A. Lusso passed on May 11th. Charles worked for the Town of Glen Highway Department and served as Town of Glen Highway Superintendent from 1988 to 1994. Warren P. Clark Jr. of Amsterdam passed away on May 18th. He joined the United States Marine Corps in 1953 and attained the rank of sergeant. He was discharged in 1957 after having spent time in Europe, North Carolina, and Norfolk, Virginia. Joseph A. Manasseri passed away on May 25th. He received an honorable discharge from the United States Army for his honest and faithful service. Moment of silence, please. Thank you. At this time, I'll open the floor to public comment. Anyone from the public wishing to speak, please come to the podium and state your name, please.
My name is Susan Mallory, and I am a resident of the town of Canajoharie. I am here to address the board about the industrial solar projects that are coming or trying to come into our area. I'm not a political person, and I'm not anti-clean energy, but the means that these companies are coming at our towns is not acceptable, and that they're taking good farmland, if not prime, at least productive farmland, and using it or trying to use it to put solar panels on. I don't think that aligns with what I would like to see for our area. Anyways, I don't know how much any of you guys are paying attention to this outside of your own townships or your own areas. And what I've found with the people I've spoken to, sometimes in our own town, they aren't even aware of what's going on. So anyways, I put together this. We've done some letters, some petitions. They're being sent to ORIS. ORIS is the Office of Regenerative Energy Siting. They're the 94C process. So anything over 25 megawatts, which is going to take it away from the towns. But I want all of you to be aware of what's going on countywide. So there should be enough for all of you.
Thank you.
So that's my whole reason for being here. I'd like to get a group of people to come here so that, I don't know, are you guys aware the general public's feeling about this? Are you talking to people about it?
We don't do back and forth.
Okay, well, I'm
But
just.
we do appreciate your.
Yeah,
your comments.
I just want you to think about it. If you're not talking to people, talk to people. And my objective is to get as many people as I can to talk to you guys. but thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak? Hearing none, move on to the next item on the agenda, which is communication. Madam Clerk, anything?
No.
Okay, we need a motion for approval of the minutes. Representative Pep,
I'll second.
Representative Majewski, discussion. Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained?
Passed.
Okay, next we need an acceptance of the budgetary transfers. I need a sponsor.
I'll sponsor.
Representative Headwell, second. Representative Pep, discussion. Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained?
Passed.
You're quick. Next, we need an acceptance of the procurement record.
I'll sponsor that.
Maria? I'll second it. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained?
Passed.
Any old business? No? Okay. All right, we'll move right on to the resolutions. First resolution is Resolution 146, a resolution to submit Montgomery County Multi-Jurisdictional All-Hazard Mitigation Plan Draft Update to New York State Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services and the Federal Emergency Management Agency for review. Sponsors were Kelly and Headwell Jr. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained?
Passed.
Next resolution, Resolution 147, resolution appointing member to the Montgomery County Industrial Development Agency and Capital Resource Corporation. Sponsors were Pep and Majewski. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained?
Passed.
Resolution 148, resolution amending the 2024 operating budget, Montgomery County Transfer Stations, equipment post-closure. Sponsors were Kowalczyk and Pep. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained?
Passed.
Resolution 149, resolution amending the 2024 operating budget and establishing one additional structural maintenance helper. Sponsors were Pep and Ellen. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained?
Passed.
Resolution 150, resolution amending the 2024 operating budget, CHIPS Consolidation Highway Improvement Program funds. Sponsors were Kowalczyk and Headwell Jr. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained?
Passed.
Resolution 151, resolution authorizing county executive to sign an intermunicipal agreement between the Village of Canajoharie Wastewater Treatment Plant and the Montgomery County Sanitary District Number 1 for sludge treatment and disposal. Sponsors were Allen and Pep. Discussion. Hearing none, all's in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained?
Passed.
Resolution 152, resolution authorizing the county executive to execute a change order with Stilsing electrical contractor Ravenna Road project. Sponsors were Pep and Kowalczyk. Discussion. Hearing none, all's in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Excuse me. I abstain.
I-
Opposed?
I'm an A.
Opposed?
Yeah, opposed.
And abstain.
Passed.
Resolution 153, resolution approving the sale of surplus equipment. Sponsors were Majewski and Kowalczyk. Discussion.
Do we need to have discussion on this or no?
Um,
Because, I mean, this is something that, this resolution is a resolution
This is the
saying
one.
that we're going to do it when it's actually been done.
Anything to weigh in on that, Counselor?
Let me look at the one.
Were the dollar amounts in last
What's
week?
I haven't seen any of that.
They're on there now.
Are they on there?
Yeah.
It's not.
Where?
Not on this line.
This is,
No, they're
Oh,
not on ours.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm on the wrong one.
Vin's.
I'm down a few.
You could add a whereas an auction was held, to sell surplus equipment, and you could alter the resolve to say, to just strike the sold at auction, to say that the following items are authorized to be sold to the highest bidder. And that would at least reflect that the auction has already been held. If you add a whereas, so a second whereas, it says whereas an auction was held to sell the surplus equipment, and then amend the resolve to say that the following items are authorized to be sold to the highest bidder. Or you could add from the auction that was held, or something like that, to reflect that that the auction has already taken place.
Since it's already been done, is there any reason that we have to act upon it right now, or just to do it correctly for next month?
I mean, I think you could amend, well, what would you want to do next month on it?
Well, because theoretically, we should have had the resolution saying that we're going to have an auction to get rid of surplus equipment, because other equipment has been added to this.
There's more equipment than just what's on the list?
Because it says down at the bottom, miscellaneous tires and equipment. So there's stuff that wasn't even really put on here, it was just put there. And then we should be actually voting on a resolution to sell what was there. There should be, we're really looking at two resolutions. There should be a resolution tonight. We should have a resolution tonight saying that these were the highest bidders, and we're gonna get rid of all this stuff to these people that bid on it. And here's a list of everything that was sold.
So you guys have done it a couple of different ways. So one way that you've done it in the past is authorize the auction in advance and with the list of equipment and the highest bidder in this format. And then other ways you do it is a full list of everything that's sold. I'm not sure, I wasn't at a committee last week, so I'm not sure what the discussion was. I haven't had a chance to review the video. I know there was some discussion on it though. I'm not sure what the department had said about it or where things ended up
I
falling.
think we were kind of waiting until you got back to discuss.
I think we agreed last week that going forward, we would do it that way
Yeah.
ahead of time.
Okay.
But this was already done, and that we were agreeable to do it this way.
Yeah, but the
But
thing is.
makes the
just to
change
make
going
it-
forward, yeah. I mean, obviously, we want to be able to see what's here, you know, and talk about it, because there was a discussion that if something was needed to another department prior to selling it, that we would use that, so.
Okay.
But I think it's already done, so should just move on.
Do you have a question? Well, do you want to add the whereas?
Do whatever we need to do to get, to move forward.
Well, the auction already happened, stuff left the property as of last committee. It just seems we're authorizing something that already happened. What happens if it fails? Are we collecting stuff back?
Yeah.
Good question.
Yes.
Okay.
Just think we need to make sure we do it right the next time.
Yeah. And you guys had a full discussion about that, it sounds like. Okay. All right.
Including the
It sounds like you guys solved the problem without me.
The department head said this has been done this way the last 8 years in
We
the
asked for it to
previous
be
administration, you know, and that was his explanation, and so why are you giving me a hard time now?
Okay, I'll have another follow-up
Yeah.
call just
But I
to make
think
sure
the
it's all.
consensus was to run it like we do the property.
The real estate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
Going
it's a list
forward.
ahead of time, we look over it, maybe we need a new mail van for mail department, well, this one will work good, or if another municipality needs a vehicle, like one in another resolution went to another municipality, it just, we
Clean.
should have oversight before it
We're gonna
actually
see that
happens.
one soon.
Yeah. So the,
Oh, boy.
That one was,
Preview.
that one was Mount Etna.
Oh, okay. Boy.
But
Do-
just going forward, we'd like to approve the actual list before it happens.
Okay.
And then after the auction's done, we, like we do the real estate, approve the bids.
Right, and then the people can pay for it, and then they can take it away.
Correct.
Take ownership.
When you say approval, you want formal board approval, or you just want the list circulated by the department head prior and then a resolution authorizing
We
bids?
want, we, normally, the way that I understood it, the auction was actually still happening and kind of closed the day before our meeting.
Right.
So we'd see the list in committee, knowing exactly what was being offered on the website.
Okay,
Before it
Because
went.
Before it's
the
sold.
department had continually said it's coterminous, not coterminous, but coincides
Mhm.
with the resolution. Well, the auction already happened by the time
Mhm.
it even got to committee.
Hmm. Okay.
So there was no way to really pump the brakes and say, oh, we don't want that one actually in there.
Okay. Gotcha.
The same way we do with real property. We don't want that property sold because,
I mean, we've even done it with real property. We've had the list here. We've actually
Right.
taken pieces
Absolutely.
off of
Mhm.
and done something with them.
absolutely. Mhm. So to move this forward, what whereas do you want to add to or resolved or?
So you would.
I would think in the resolve clause, the following items have been auctioned to the highest bidder, because they have, haven't they?
Yep,
It's too late to say we're authorizing to auction them, we don't own them.
Yeah, I mean, I would add a whereas this is an auction was held. And then I would,
you got this clear?
Brian, do you want to make,
Yeah.
Brian, do you want me to make the motion to amend?
Yes.
I'll make the motion to amend. Second.
Have a second, Herbie?
And then Megan's going to
Discussion
amend.
then I just say it.
Discussion on the amendment.
So just to clarify for the record, so it'll say whereas an auction was held, resolved that the following items are authorized to be sold.
Or were sold. They're already gone.
Okay, well, you still have to authorize it.
Yeah.
You can't just say we're sold. Are authorized to be sold at
And I think
the
that's
auction that was
problem.
held, if you want to say it like that, does that work?
Yeah.
Okay. The following items are authorized to be sold at the auction that was held to the highest bidder. Does that work? Make everyone sort of happy.
Sort of.
Sort of, kind of.
There were,
This time.
Mrs. Miles were in here, she, with the rule,
I'll have
that
it.
grammatically isn't right. Future, past tense,
We'll get it right next year.
And I'll follow up too, just to make sure that the communication was clear about next steps next time.
All right, so any further discussion on the amendment?
has all the money been collected?
I don't know, treasurer's not here. All those in favor of the amendment?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Okay, moving on, back on to the resolution as amended. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained?
Is there a nay?
Yes. Kelly?
Got my better number out.
Passed.
All right, next resolution, Resolution 154, resolution amending the 2024 operating budget with forfeiture money, district attorney, sponsors Rick Walter and Pep, discussion. Hearing none, all's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained?
Passed.
Resolution 155, resolution authorizing the county executive to sign an agreement accepting the FY 2021 State Homeland Security Program cybersecurity grant funds and amending the 2024 operating budget. Sponsors were Pep and Headville Jr. Discussion. Hearing none, all's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained?
Passed.
Resolution 156, resolution approving the sale of surplus vehicle. Sponsors were Kelly and Kowalczyk. Discussion. Hearing none, all's in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
I oppose.
Abstained? You got oppose and abstain.
Who abstained?
Herbie.
Thank you. Passed.
Resolution 157, resolution authorizing the county executive to enter into contracts with school districts for school resource officer positions. Sponsors were Kelly and Pep. Discussion. Hearing none, all's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained?
Passed.
Resolution 158, resolution authorizing the county executive to sign an agreement accepting the FY 2022 State Hazardous Materials Program Grants Fund and amending the 2024 operating budget. Sponsors were Headwell Jr. and Kowalczyk. Discussion. Hearing none, all's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained?
Passed.
Resolution 159, resolution authorizing the county executive to sign an agreement accepting the 2021 State Hazardous Materials Program grant funds and amending the 2024 operating budget. Sponsors were Kelly and Sweet. Discussion. Hearing none, all's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained?
Passed.
Resolution 160, resolution amending the 2024 operating budget grants. Sponsors were Kowalczyk and Pep. Discussion. Hearing none, all's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained?
Passed.
Resolution 161, resolution authorizing grant funds from the 2024 U.S. Department of Agriculture's Community Facilities Program and amending the 2024 operating budget. Sponsors were Pep and Kelly. Discussion. Hearing none, all's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained?
Passed.
Resolution 162, resolution to amend the 2024 budget and establish a social services fraud investigators training. Sponsors were Allen and Majewski. Discussion. Hearing none, all's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained?
Passed.
Resolution 163, a resolution authorizing the county executive to sign contracts, flood insurance coverage, 9 Park Street. Sponsors were Sweet and Pep. Discussion. Hearing none, all's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained?
Passed.
Resolution 164, resolution urging the state of New York to enact the Rescue EMS package of legislation to strengthen our emergency medical services. Sponsors were Kelly and Pep. Discussion. Hearing none, all's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained?
Passed.
Resolution 165, resolution adopting a policy and practice guidelines for the county executive to determine expenditures, limits, and priorities of the 2025 operating budget. Sponsors were Kelly and Majewski. Discussion. Hearing none, all's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained?
Passed.
Resolution 166, resolution authorizing county treasurer to disperse mortgage tax money. Sponsors were Kowalczyk and Allen. Discussion.
I'm sure, is there a list somewhere that shows what was distributed?
I know of.
It's not attached, but yes, there is. Just like it says that.
Would you like a copy of it?
If you have it, if sometime.
I don't, but I can,
Yeah.
I'll show it forward to you. Any further discussion? All's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained?
Passed.
And the last resolution is Resolution 167, approving the abstract of audited claims. Sponsors were Headwell Jr. and Majewski. Discussion. Hearing none, all's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained?
Passed.
Okay, anything under other? Hold on. Anyone under?
Are we going to continue discussing what we were last month?
You got the county attorney, and we're gonna discuss the other issue?
Okay, if you want to, yeah. You want to go into executive session?
I think we should just find out what we're going with it.
Okay.
Just if you're going into executive session, just make sure you mention the general comment.
Personnel.
And before we do that,
Motion.
just a second. Just remember, if you are a committee chair, all of the department heads of your committee have been asked to contact you if they have a resolution. Make sure that you are either contacting them or finding out information, because if not, you're gonna be the person in the hot spot when there are questions asked by this board. So make sure you reach out to the department heads if they have a resolution, just to make sure.
Are they no longer attending the meetings and offering support in
No,
that regard?
They should still be doing that,
Okay,
but
because mine come from all different angles It's not
Right.
just one source.
Right.
Yeah.
But there are some resolutions that are pretty cut and dry.
Yes,
So they-
self-explanatory.
Yeah, so they don't need,
Right.
but if we don't respond to the department heads, they don't know. But I just, they were instructed to reach out, so make sure you are reaching back out to them, just to let them know if you need them here or gather any information from them, so appreciate that. Hedwell Junior sponsor to go into executive session, second. Pat, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained?
Come out of executive session where no action was taken.
Seconded.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstained? Okay, anything else under other? Motion to adjourn? One and three.